right. I'm Mike. This is MikeGolfsOregon. This is another episode in a series I'm doing of live streams with other YouTube golf content creators. It's really about building community and connection with the people that have the same obsession, the same passions that I do, which is golf and being crazy enough to post it on YouTube. So tonight I have with me from Amateurs Golfing Channel, Chip Teetsel. Chip is from Arizona. Chip, welcome. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, thanks, Mike. Doing really well, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, good. Where are you? So, Chip from Arizona. Where in Arizona? Why don't you let people know like where are you from? In Arizona. Where are you golfing out of?
Yeah, so I live in Peoria, so like the Northwest Valley. So from like downtown Phoenix, I'm a good 30 minutes at least, like north and
Okay.
west of downtown Phoenix. So I play all my golf out mostly in the West Valley, the Northwest Valley. So like the Sun City, Peoria, and Glendale area, just because it's close to
Okay.
where I live. But Phoenix is it's spread out, so I've
It's big.
played all over the state, but my regular golf and the rounds you see me popping up on Grint are all, within 5 miles of where I live.
I think that's one of the benefits probably of being in Arizona and especially in Phoenix, is just the sheer number of golf courses that are within a
Mhm.
decent drive of where you're at, right?
Yeah.
I think I've been down to Phoenix several times. Super well organized city. Love that part about it. Love Phoenix. Been down to Scottsdale. I've only golfed down there one time in my whole life. Um, and it was when I was probably close to a 30 handicap, and I had no business being on any sort of desert golf course, target golf course. It was an interesting experience, but probably would have more fun if I tried it now.
Do you remember the course that you played?
I do. So I played Geronimo at Desert Mountain.
Okay,
So I
that's
had one of my dad's friends has a place that he stays at in the winter, a place at Desert Mountain, and I used to work for him, and so I would go there several
nice.
times a year. And one time I went out and played the course with him, and it, it chewed me up pretty good. I got a big kick out of the rattlesnake signs.
Oh yeah.
Don't have a lot of that. Don't have a lot of that up here in Oregon. So, um, but so Peoria, Arizona. Have you lived there your whole life?
So I was born in North Carolina, but raised in the Phoenix area. So I don't, I've been here since I was a toddler. Had family back in North Carolina until like the early high school years, but I'm a native Arizonan.
Okay.
This is what I know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it sounds like you've got roots in two Gulf Mecca states, so that you got that going for you.
Heck yeah.
So how did you sort of first get into golf? I mean, are you one of the folks? I would imagine a lot of people in Arizona probably start when they're pretty young.
Yeah, I started probably it's probably been like second or third grade, and playing with my grandfather, and my dad too, but mostly my grandfather in the summer times, when I was out of school. My my grandparents at the time lived up in Alpine, Arizona. Most people probably aren't going to know that, but it's a real
No.
rural small town, like 5 hours east of Phoenix. And there was a country club up there, only 9 holes, and that's where I learned to play golf and learned to hit a golf ball. Was playing at Alpine Country Club with my grandfather.
Nice. Were you able to complete 9 holes at a time when you were 5 years old?
Uh, I honestly don't even have too many memories of it. I started having
Yeah.
memories of 9 holes probably around like 9 or 10 years old, like around the third grade time.
Yeah. Did your
Yeah.
friend did like if it's pretty common down there, access to golf is everywhere in Phoenix. Did a lot of your friends golf at an early age like that as well?
So my longtime childhood best friend Brian also golfed with me. So when we got to like the elementary grades, so what's that, like fifth, sixth grade, we did a lot of summer golf clinics when school was out. So like summer golf camps or like chipping clinics, putting clinics, just things to get out of the house and have fun playing golf with each other. So
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't really I mean, access is a little bit more difficult up here, and it's a little bit less year round for kids up here. And it
yeah.
seems to me like the only kids that I remember, because I didn't start until I was in my 20s really.
Okay.
Um, the only kids who really started early up here were kids whose literally parents owned golf courses, knew a couple
Mhm.
of those, or whose parents were just, really, really, really into golf. So it just was a little bit rare. So How would you sort of describe the typical courses that you're playing in Phoenix? I mean, my experience I share with you is really just desert golf, which is
Yeah.
was sort of like target, really pretty, but just sort of like target golf, which is horrible for a high handicap.
Yeah, I try to stay away from the target golf. I mean, the courses are usually really pretty, so I like experiencing them. But I'm a mid-level handicap, and I like to play courses where if I'm spraying it a little bit, I'm still gonna find it. So
Yeah.
a lot of those courses here in the West Valley are like that. You got the tenth fairway following the first fairway. So if you're a little spray happy that day, you're still gonna find your ball most times. So and my best scores are at some of those courses where I put it together and I'm finding those errant drives still. If it was a desert course like Desert Mountain, I'd be dropping all day. Yeah,
That your family has membership at.
yeah,
What is sort of a misconception and what's the reality of golf in Arizona?
yeah. I think most people think it is like desert target golf that we see on TV or that like you played, but it's mostly like I don't know what you formally call it, the golf that's not desert golf, but just traditional green grass with trees, palm trees lining it. Kind of your, I guess, typical golf course, if you will. The desert golf,
Yeah.
you have to like we seek it out, or we have to go seek it out to play it, and it's
Okay.
special occasions at least for us, and those are usually nicer golf courses too, and we're play as budget
That
friendly as
that's the
possible.
perception. I
Yeah,
think that's the perception you get at least from YouTube. Is that when they show Phoenix desert golf courses, it's always like the cream of the crop, the top courses, and they're in immaculate condition and they look impossible
yeah.
and but they're very beautiful. So you have to assume that there's enough snowbirds going down there that there's got to be courses that are maybe a little tailored a little bit more towards average Joe golfer such as ourselves.
Yeah, well, and the Sun City area, which is like neighbors Peoria, Sun City is a 55 plus community, so it usually gets quiet in the off season in the summertime, and the golf courses they're generally pretty friendly, I think, because of the 55 plus aspect of it.
I mean, you deal obviously with like extreme temperatures, extreme heat.
Yeah.
What is the golf season like for you? What is it down there?
So literally, we are coming into season right now. So a lot of courses are closed for their overseed, where they're planting or seeding their ryegrass. So that nice thick green grass that you see here in the wintertime. So a lot of courses are shutting for that, and we're getting into that season right now, which will run through essentially through May.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially through May. But I'd say our season, like the guys I golf with regularly, the summer is kind of like our season. Like it's hot, but no one's out there. The rates are cheap, and a lot of us are working like 9 to 5, so we can tee off at 4 o'clock and get in
Play
18.
in the evening. Yeah, play in the
Yeah,
evening when it's a little cooler. A
yeah,
little
like
cooler,
you.
not much.
Yeah, it's cooling off in your part of the world right now. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. I suppose in Arizona you can do summer golf if you're young enough and your heart is in good enough condition to handle the excessive heat that you're putting up with if you golf in the summertime. But it is cooling off up here. It is getting wet. It started raining and it won't stop. The rain actually doesn't fully stop until 4th of July.
oh wow.
And you can have really, really nice springs and really nice, June. June is beautiful. September is the most beautiful time of the year here in Oregon. But once the rain starts, it is there's no guarantee that it's going to stop until
Mhm.
you get to 4th of July. And then it's like, okay, it's summertime. It's
And this is
summertime.
like every
So
day for the
that's
most
kind of
part, pretty much every day, you say?
no, I mean, I where I'm at, I'm on the west side of the Cascades, which gets a lot more rain. If you
Yeah.
go to like Bend, people talk about going to Bend and high desert. It's beautiful over there, and they're like 300 days of sunshine a year. But it's
Mm.
cold, and they do shut down for winter. The golf courses because they get blankets of snow and frozen and don't thaw out for a couple months at a time. So it kind of depends on where you're at. And then you can go to the coast and it really depends on the day, not even the time of year.
Yeah.
Um, you can get really good weather at really random times on the coast. So
And
that's
I
just
feel like
kind of how
most
it.
I feel like I see your grant going off usually later in the afternoon. Yeah.
No, actually, I so most of my rounds that you see popping up on the grant are Saturday, Sunday rounds with my wife and
Oh,
my
okay.
brother-in-law. We play, yeah, we tee off. They just moved our tee times. It's an 8 a.m. is the earliest tee time. So we tee off at 8 a.m. on Saturday and Sundays.
Okay.
And then occasionally, if you see it in the afternoon, that's me sneaking out after work and
Okay.
getting a few holes in, getting a
Yeah.
few
Okay.
holes in
At
if
the
I can.
Creekside.
So
At Creekside.
yep, at Creekside, that's my club. It's a pretty good one. If you're ever up here, we'll definitely have to play it. So, are
Yeah.
you a member of the club anywhere? How do you kind of get your golf fix? Is it just like you just got a steady rotation? Are you a club member, or how's it work for you?
I wish I was a club member. There's one club that's nearby that has two courses that, the idea of it is awesome, but there's so many courses around here that I don't want to like pigeonhole myself, at least into like committing the money to the club when I can spend
Yeah.
about the same and play all these different tracks. So I don't know. Maybe I'll entertain it. It's Arrowhead Country Club. It's like 10 minutes east of here. But other than that, there's not a ton of private options near me. It's just because
Okay.
like if you were to pull the map from where my house is in about a 20-mile circle around my house, there's like 15 courses.
Oh, nice.
So there's like a ton of them.
Yeah, that's
So it's
nice.
kind
That
of like
it's
I was just gonna say it's kind of like my own little club, if you will, because there's so many golf courses, especially like in my part of town. I mean, they're all
yeah,
over, but I'm
that's
surrounded.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. I laugh because that it kind of brings me to, my channel's named Mike Golfs Oregon, and my started out with this goal like I was going to golf every course in Oregon, and because there's like I think you and I talked about this, there's like maybe like 200 or something or 210. It kind of fluctuates back and forth, like maybe
Yeah.
210 courses. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a great goal. I'm going to do that, and I still would love to do it. But I really very greatly underestimated how far away the majority of the courses are from my
Mhm.
house.
Yeah.
Once I once I get like past an hour away from my house, there's within an hour of my house, there's a decent number of courses,
Yeah.
but like big chunks of courses are several hours away. Oregon's a huge state. Arizona is too. And so they're just hours and hours away. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't, this isn't like I can run over there for the afternoon over to down to Running Y in K Falls, which is, like a 5 hour drive one way. It's not really gonna, it's not really gonna work out for me.
Is
So
Creekside
how did you,
a private club? Sorry.
semi-private.
Okay.
So
Cool.
it's the kind of club that probably everybody wishes was near them because it is very, very affordable, especially if you golf a lot. I mean, it's like free rounds by the time I'm in October, because the price that I'm paying on a monthly for a family membership for unlimited golf and the number of rounds that we play between my wife and I, um, it's an awesome deal. But they do
That's
have
awesome.
times available for the public. But members are members have first shot at everything, and we can book
Yeah.
7 days out online. All of that fun stuff. So it's pretty great, and it's like not even quite 10 minutes from my house.
That's
Full
awesome.
practice facilities, bar, restaurant, all that kind of stuff. But really, just for us, it's just about the golf.
Well, it's a
It's
pretty
just
golf
about the
course. I've
golf.
seen, obviously seen the videos. So that first tee shot is like stuck in my head. That straight ahead par four.
Uh,
Is that the first
there's a
shot?
the first on the back, number 10 is a par four,
Yes.
where you got a creek that runs sort of diagonal, and the number one hole is a par five. Big, it's wide. It's like
Yeah.
I have no business ever missing or not finding my ball, but I have a capacity to be able to do it. I got houses, one of the few holes that has houses down the right hand side, and then it's just got the planet to the left, and I still end up like, never in a great spot or rarely in a great spot. But you just take what comes. So
Yeah, for
you just
sure.
take what comes. So I know your channel, Amateurs Golfing, and Sydney, how you doing? Um, Skip Chip is from Arizona, Peoria, Arizona, and
Yep.
shout out to Joe at Sort of Like Golf, and Chance. I see you there too. I do love that Oregon rain. Um, so your channel, Amateurs Golfing. Tell me how that got started. I know like your logo and stuff. You have a bunch of people on it. I know in your shorts. I usually see like a group of folks. Is it the same guy? Sort of. What's the genesis? How'd you get started? How'd you get the guts to say post, go
Post.
public?
So it's my actually path to YouTube golf was through I have another YouTube channel I started before I posted golf stuff. And long story short, I sell some real estate, and I started
Okay.
making videos about Arizona and like lifestyle and neighborhood tours and like things to do. And I enjoyed doing it, but it really wasn't golf. I love golf, so I just kind of the passion for YouTube got created through this other YouTube channel. Like I do love the creative process, but if I
Yeah.
could post it doing something I really love to do, which is golf, that would be awesome. So that's kind of where I got the courage to just it was a short. I just posted a short at a driving range one time, I feel like a long time ago. Um Actually that's not true. The shorts came after the first video I made in 2020. But when I
Okay.
started posting the shorts a couple years later is when I was like, I'm going to kind of keep running with this and see what happens.
Keep
So,
doing it. Yeah.
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 I went back. If you notice, like someone going through all the, I do this to everyone that I've talked to. I'll go through I start the oldest videos and I start going through and kind of watching like the transition and because we all kind of start out, awkward and horrible and whatever.
Yeah.
And so kind of seeing like where you started and what you talked about at the beginning and kind of where it was going to go. And then I noticed you moved into a lot of shorts, right? And
Yeah.
then most of your videos are shorts. So you've got so everyone has at least that initial goal of I want to at least get to the partnership program, get to
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers, get to my views or whatever. Is your plan and your path to do that through the shorts route, or are you looking at doing that through the video route?
No, I ideally I'm making long form videos. The shorts, I'll say it's a tad bit of laziness, but the editing the long form, the rounds, matches is where I want to do it ideally. Um, with two little girls that occupy a lot of my space and time, I need to make more time for editing those videos essentially.
Well,
So
I'll ask you this. I also noticed like you've started posting a little bit of some of the live stream stuff, right? And
yeah,
and shipping practice and stuff in the
yeah,
backyard, which is super fun. I do that stuff all the time.
yeah,
Never really thought about live streaming it. Maybe I should one of these times, but
yeah.
um, my backyard's a mess right now because I cut down some trees. But uh, so what was I going to ask you? Oh, so you talk about making time for editing, all that stuff. You see so many like YouTube gurus are saying, one of the keys to being a success, however it is that they define that on YouTube, is to have a consistent posting
Totally.
schedule and follow a schedule and blah blah blah. Do you subscribe to that theory? How do you? What's
I
your
think
approach?
there's so when I'll go back to my non-golf channel. When I was doing that, it was about 2 years I was fully committed to it. And I posted a long form video pretty much weekly for 2 years. Um, and I feel like you kind of like build momentum almost, like especially with
Yeah,
your audience. If you build that audience, they're gonna look forward to seeing that next video and wait for it. I don't know about you if there's any regular YouTubers you watch, but like there's some that I look forward to that next video coming out. And I feel like if you can provide that, I think it would help, but I don't have any data that supports
yeah,
it. But I feel like it would
yeah.
be good if you can be consistent, and you're just giving yourself more opportunity by posting more videos.
I feel like the value is really in building up a body of work that, like, once the algorithm figures out what it is and who it is
Yeah,
that would probably most likely want to see it, the more of it that you have there sitting there at
yeah,
its disposal, maybe the better. But like I don't have the time to dig into how it all into all the ins and outs of it, and
yeah,
whether that's just wishful thinking on my part because I don't want to hold myself to a schedule.
totally.
Um, Also, I also enjoy the process, like you talked about, enjoying the creative process is really one of them tied into something that I already enjoyed, like golf. And so for me, I don't want to force a schedule if I'm not creative juice to like put together a video and edit it the way that I would want it to look, or to get out there and record because it's a chore recording. It's
Mhm.
just difficult. Um, so I really sort of just hold myself to posting when I not necessarily just when I feel like it, but it is sort of when I feel like it, but when I
Yeah,
feel like a creative urge or push to go make one.
yeah,
Um, and
yeah,
I think this live streaming scratches that itch somewhat for me. It's
yeah,
not that creative. it's really not very creative, but it also does one of the things that I think a lot of us look for when we start our channels, which is connectivity and
Yeah.
community and talking golf. We'd love to talk golf. So, that's
Yeah.
sort of how I look at that like should you hold yourself to a schedule? If you can, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like you right now. I post when I get the urge, and I don't know about you, but most of my filming of my rounds is usually by myself, or there's one other guy that we've filmed like long form videos with. All the other shorts is just you know in a round real quick. Um, but like if I'm out with a round of like a couple other people I don't really know or just other buddies, I usually my commitment to it goes by the wayside to at least record
Yeah.
a long form
One
video. And I
bad
wish it
hole.
did, but this year in the prime season, when it cools off, like I'll walk more, and walking more and recording is ideal. There's not really a tripod like
Yeah.
you showed your what's in the bag. I did a similar
Yeah.
thing where I mounted my tripod to my bag, so it's just like I put my bag down. You don't really know I'm recording, so that
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make a more of an effort to get out and at least record some videos of me putting together some rounds, hopefully.
I'm assuming in the summertime, it's so hot, you're riding carts, but we pretty much walk year round here. It's too nice in the summers not
Uh,
to, and
Yeah.
walking in the winter is a benefit because it helps keep you warm. We freeze if you ride in a cart.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so it does. You just kind of get used to that. There's like a sort of a rhythm when I'm recording, and like you, I very rarely do I record when I'm with other people.
Yeah.
Um, I want to give myself. I want the freedom to set up how I want it set up. I'm still really fast at it, and even when I record with people, they're never waiting on me. And
Definitely.
usually I'm clearing the green because I'm thinking the whole way up to the ball, like where am I going to line up? What does the shot look like? Where's the sun? What
Yeah.
do I need to show in this? And I'm ready and can just boom 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 do it. So, but you mostly ride, I'm assuming, in the summer.
Yeah, always right. Unless it's like I mentioned, my folks live the club they belong to. That's in the mountains, so that's like 7,500 feet of elevation where my parents live, and that golf course will you can walk. Sorry, you can
Uh-huh.
walk in the summertime for sure, and we'll
Yeah.
because it's pine trees. It's beautiful. It's lined with pine trees. It's cool weather. So I prefer to walk. I think it's good for my mind on the golf course. I feel like I play better, honestly.
I do play better. I do play a lot better. It's good for recording,
Yeah.
just because it gives you time to think about all the setup stuff and try to get that out of your head so that you can actually execute the shot because you're doing multiple things at once. But when I am not recording, I play 10 times better if I'm walking versus when I'm
Mm,
writing. So
yeah.
it just
So how
kind of
often do you
it just kind of works
record?
out that
Like
way.
out of all your rounds, if you play 5 times a week, how often do you usually record?
Maybe once every 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I can tell you this. I just was looking at my stats today on the grant, and I have 89 rounds so far this year posted in the grant. But I'm probably over 100. I have maybe 12 or 13, maybe more than that, rounds where I've just gone out and just played and not kept score, you
Yeah.
know, and short practice rounds, oh, I'll duff a chip, I'll hit a second one. Um, and so counting those, I'm probably 110, 120
Oh
rounds so
my
far this year,
gosh, that's
which
amazing.
it's embarrassing because I should be way better. That's what it is. Um, but I don't I hold myself to a recording schedule. A lot of it is weather dependent.
Yeah.
It is dependent on a lot of different things. Like, I love doing the twilight rounds, recording the twilight rounds because it's so pretty, but it's such a challenge because the sun is so low here,
Yeah.
that there's a lot of holes where you're shooting straight into the sun, and it's
Mhm.
really tough to get a good looking video that people will stick around and watch when you've got those kind of issues that you're dealing with. But you know, yeah, I like I said, probably one in every 10 rounds,
Okay.
and I go through spurts where I'll be like, oh, I'll record. I think my wife was gone for a week for work this year, and I had a really light work schedule, so I played 3 nights in a row, and I think I recorded all 3 nights.
Yeah.
Um, and so then I got to just sort of like for a couple weeks and put them out there one by one.
That's
How
awesome.
about yourself? How about yourself? Out of 10 rounds, how many are you recording?
Oh, it's right now, like in the summertime, it's unless I'm by myself, it's probably 1 out of 10 rounds. Um, but I am coming into the season, I am gonna make a point to walk more and record more because I really do want to put out some more long form content and try to improve it because I seen the stats on my
Yeah.
long form videos. There's obviously always room for improvement. And I was going to ask you, like, what have you found? And
Sure.
you've posted, I don't know what, like at least 30 videos. It looks like of long form rounds. What have you found in your long form videos that seem to do the best, or what keeps people engaged the best? Would you say?
If I knew, I'd do it over and over and over again. There are a few things that I know when I'm posting them that I know they're going to be in my top videos.
Yeah.
I know. Um, and let's see, I think I have 123 total videos. I was counting it today or looking at the stats today, and the majority of mine are long form, and they're 9 hole rounds or 18 hole rounds. Most of
Hmm.
them. Um, I maybe have like 20 shorts or something like that. I don't remember. But what typically works for me, one advantage I have is that there are not a lot of folks in Oregon golfing and YouTubing it. And so I know there are courses here that people come and play in the summer at vacation time. And if I put together a halfway decent course vlog, not even like a tour and super descriptor, but just me playing them, that they will do well. And they're sort of like those are sort of my evergreen videos. They're always getting just a constant steady drip of viewers.
Like a
So
search
for example,
traffic.
yeah, so for example, I've got two videos from you talk about high desert Central Oregon. I'm going there this weekend. I don't think I'm going to play, but Black Butte Ranch has two courses, and I have two videos that I've done over the last couple of years at Glaze Meadow. And Glaze Meadow, when I posted the first one, I think my video was the only video up of Glaze Meadow.
Mm,
And when I posted the second one, I think someone else had posted there was like one or two others up there. And I still haven't recorded at the other course, Big Meadow. And I don't think anybody's posted. There's maybe one video out there on that course. So I know a video like that, if I do it well and make a pretty good thumbnail, that it's going to steadily just by the name alone, Blaze Meadow, it's going to get me views. And
yeah.
I think the one, my videos don't go crazy, but I think the one that I posted um earlier this year is like at 1,000 or just got over 1,000 views, which for me is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
I got a handful of videos that are up there that I know the video that anytime I've shot anything abandoned, it's going to do well just because the name sells. And I think I've done like short, I don't like to record when I'm there because I just want to
Yeah.
soak it in. And so I've just done real short. Like I've recorded like signature holes, sort of kind of talked about, the first 3 holes and talked about, hey, if you're at the time I was like a 20 or 25 handicap, it's like you can come play this course and have a great time with a high handicap. Don't let that intimidate
Yeah.
you. It's still a great place to go play golf. So I know that those are going to do well. The only other to do really well, and it is my top performing video, is I got lucky and I was recording when the one and only time I ever broke 80. And it came down to a pretty dramatic finish, and the dramatic finish actually yielded a pretty probably one of my best thumbnails. And so
That's
I
awesome.
just the title was just what it looks like when you actually break 80 for the first time or something like that. And that one's like over 4,000 views.
Yeah, I think that title and thumbnail, because one of the recent times I recorded was I played some of my best golf. It was like an attempt to break my record, and I actually put together a round.
Yeah,
I didn't break it,
you
but
got
I,
close.
yeah, I mean, and that course I would consider as like my home course. That Westbrook, like I know it like the back of my hand. I know those greens. I know every grain of grass on those greens. So it's
Yeah.
for me to like I probably wouldn't do a try to break my PR at a different course. At least that wouldn't be the title of the video. Because I know I have a
Yeah.
legit shot at that course. But I was pretty excited to put together on video. And I had a putt to do it on the last hole and
Yeah,
still haven't broke my PR, but we're working on it.
I'll be honest, when and then I'd be interested to hear what your process is. I generally, when I'm going to the course and know that I'm going to record, I don't usually have a concept like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really like, I'm just gonna record the round and see how it goes and see if there's something that stands out to me that I need to sort of build a narrative around
Yeah.
when I put it together.
Smart.
And I don't like I my personal best is at Creekside. And honestly, I can guarantee you if I started a recording and said, "Hey, I'm gonna try and break 76," it would just be a miserable failure because it's a really hard course, and I feel
Yeah.
like I just got lucky. Um, I did get lucky, right? My
Yeah.
my rounds before and after was a 102 and a 103. So, which
Mm.
is I don't remember that, but I went back and looked a couple weeks ago. I'm like, I do
Oh,
not remember that, but that's wild. Um,
well, and I
so
found that
what?
like
How do you do it?
I oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, sorry,
No, no,
sorry.
no. I'm just saying, how do you do it? You clearly you went into that because you're saying on the first tee, you're saying in your intro,
Yeah.
I'm I'm gonna try and shoot a PR. So do you go in with a concept, a video concept every time when you're going to
Not
record?
usually, but that day I did because of the course I was playing. I was by myself and I'm like, I think I had just played it like the week prior and had posted a similar score. So like it was fresh and I was like, I'm gonna play by myself, I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna make this the video. I'm gonna try to break it. And I I'm not like a huge gambler, but when there's the pressure of money, I feel like I perform better. And same with like this video, kind of putting the pressure on myself to try to like break my PR. I feel like I'm all mental, but I feel like it helped me perform. Like I feel like it
Yeah.
just puts
Yeah.
added focus on everything. And I feel like that's the part of my game that just wavers the most is my mind. And
Absolutely. I lose focus and concentration all the time. I
yeah,
think the only reason, or not the only, but I think one of the reasons that I was able to break 80 and shoot the 76 was I
right.
made a conscious decision once I was at about hole 8 and I was like, I'm playing out of my mind for me. Um, I made a conscious decision. I normally don't track my score. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put a little pressure on myself and see if I
Mm,
can't bring this home. And so I think even in the video, I'm like giving constant updates after each hole and like where I'm at. And I mean, it it worked.
yeah,
That's all I can
yeah,
say. I shot one over on the back, which is insane for me,
that's
and
amazing.
and it worked. So I believe that.
Yeah,
Do you gamble a lot on the course? I see. So again, back to your logo. Your logo is with a bunch of guys.
yeah,
Your shorts are usually with other players.
yeah.
That's your normal crew. Are they supposed
Yeah.
to be involved in the channel? What's the story there?
Yeah, I told them, I'm like, hey, if this ship ever really sails, you guys are all on the boat with me, you know. But those guys that are in my logo, those three guys, two of them are brothers, and they're like the guys I play with the most.
Okay.
We all live pretty close, and we play probably at least once a week together. But one of those guys is a guy I shot a long form video with, Trevor, and those first couple videos with him were pretty rough. I had some software issues. Anyways, but those are my regular guys, and I'd hope to make some more videos with them. But honestly, when you bring another person into the video, it doubles the work. So
It does.
it does. But people, I feel like seeing other people. Um, but from a time standpoint, man, just editing myself is definitely the preference and goes way faster.
It's tough. I'm kind of a loner too, and so it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I kind of I'll just go and play by myself. I'll just play by myself. What's sort of your least favorite? What is your least favorite part about the YouTube game, and your favorite part, your favorite thing to do on it?
I'd say my least favorite is when you have, and you probably shouldn't have these expectations, but some of my more recent the ones where I played by myself, I thought I stepped up my editing. I thought I did
Yeah,
a lot better. It was more fluid. So I just had this expectation, not that they were going to blow up, but I had an expectation they were going to do better. And it's hard to, it's hard to not have those expectations. And that's the part I don't like the most. Like I'll put all this effort and time and you really want it to do well, and when it doesn't do what you expected, it's kind of a harsh reality. But you know, other than that, but I enjoy the process. I really do like the creative process of shooting the video, and then the editing process is cumbersome and as it can be. Like I genuinely like it. I get lost in it. So I just need to do
yeah,
more of it,
yeah. What do you use? So, like equipment. What's your quick equipment rundown? What are you shooting on? Do you have microphones, tripods?
Yeah.
editing software? What are you running with?
Yeah. So when I got into the YouTube before golf, I spent an arm and a leg on camera gear and editing software. And now for golf, I'm just using my iPhone. I believe I have an iPhone 15 Pro. I believe it's a
Yeah,
15. So my most recent videos have all been shot with my phone because that in 4K is better than the Canon camera I bought like 6 years ago, that I
yeah.
spent, a good amount of money
I
on.
believe it. Yeah, I believe
Um,
it.
and then my mic, I bought a DJI, DJI wireless mic, and that thing's a game changer. You got to have good sound. And then I added
Yep.
everything long form in Adobe Premiere. I
Okay.
learned how to use Premiere Pro when I was doing my other YouTube channel, and like was scared of it at first, but once you get Adobe Premiere Pro down, it's what it can do is endless.
Pretty feature rich.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I feel like editing stuff, it would be so easy to just get lost in the sauce. And so
yeah,
I kind of like have my set like, okay, here's the extent of what I'm gonna do on audio, here's the extent of what I'm gonna do on color correction, and the
yeah,
rest is all coming down to layers and cutting and splicing
yeah,
and putting in some transitions, and then I'm gonna wash my hands of it. Because you get to that point, maybe you're not the same way, but tell me if you are. You get to that point where you're just like, you think that there's one more thing or two more things you could pull off with the editing, but you just kind of are like, okay, I got to stop. I'm done. I
yeah.
can't do this anymore.
How many
I'm
times are
ready
you
to
gonna
just.
rewatch the same video over and over to make
That's right.
sure a
That's
change?
right.
So
That,
yeah,
that's right. Uh, so, what's sort of the plans with the channel? I mean, to me, they're always sort of evolving.
yeah,
I don't think a lot of people are 2 years in doing what they maybe thought they would do when they started it. So,
yeah.
what is sort of the evolved plan for your channel direction?
Yeah, I really, especially coming into the nice weather golf season here in Arizona, I really do just intend to record and make more long form videos, whether that's just me golfing, trying to make a good video, or playing with a buddy or two. And then I do plan on same thing with the weather, doing some more lives. Like I don't know, messing around in my backyard was a lot of fun, and I was surprised at
Mhm.
how many people came to hang out in that versus other things I've done. So, um, it's fun to connect with people and meet people. And, that live I did in my backyard, there was people from like uh, the UK and Switzerland in there. So it was just like so cool to
Yeah,
meet these other people from all
yeah,
over the world. So I really like that about
that's
the
good.
live. Um, I don't feel like over an extended period of time by myself, I'm that entertaining. I don't have a whole lot to say. I try to be witty when I can. Other than that, I'm just trying to make some good little golf shots.
Why do you think I'm doing go live with other people?
I think it's great because I this
Yeah,
is,
I do too.
yeah, it's,
I I started thinking about it. I started watching some folks doing some live stuff. Sydney's on here. I don't know if he's still on here, but Sydney's on
yeah,
here, and he started doing live putting practice, and you've done some of that as well. I'm like,
yeah,
live sounds like fun because one of the reasons I do this is I enjoy the interaction so much
yeah,
but it's so static. It's just so static in the comments, and I have a couple discords that I have. One I need to send you an invite to. And that's really specific to YouTube golf content creators. And then I'm a member of another Discord
okay,
from another channel that I really love to follow. And he's got like 400 plus people in there. And it's just really
uh-huh.
fun. But, you know, YouTube specific, it's really static. It's like a little give and take in the comments, and that's about it. And I was like, how come people are interviewing golf personalities like players, obviously, and people in the industry and stuff. But you know what? I don't really watch that stuff anymore. I'm way more into watching like guys on YouTube, guys that are as good
Yeah,
as me, better than just a little better than me, or worse than me, just like in that whole sort of blob of normal golfer. I enjoy it more.
yeah,
And I was like, hey, why not? Let's just give it a shot here and have a more personal and a more interactive meeting with a lot of people that I watch on a daily basis. So
yeah,
that's sort of what the genesis of this was, and we'll see if it goes. But like to your point, you talk about people from all over the world showing up on your live stream in the comments. In the next couple of weeks here, I do have people coming on from the UK.
Oh, cool.
Well, knock on wood, right? That's a tough one because it's like a 9 hour difference, and so
Yeah.
it's tough on both of us. I have one that I'm very excited about that a lot of people are going to know who he is coming in November from Western Australia, and that one's going to
Cool.
be a lot easier. That's like a 15-hour time difference, so
Yeah.
it's easy to do. But that gets me really excited. The idea that I can sit here in right now in my garage or the corporate wellness center
Corporate Wellness Center.
in in Oregon and have a live conversation with someone whose videos I watch from Western
So
Australia,
cool.
and talk about something that we're both super passionate about. And so that's what I love about this. And I would love to hear from you and from anyone else watching this in the comments or whatnot. You know, who you'd like to see come on and have these conversations, and what else you would like to hear from folks. You
Yeah.
know, what else do you want to hear from Chip about his channel and about golf? Huh? What's your favorite club? You know, what's in your bag, Chip?
Yeah, my bag's actually sitting right behind me. Um, yeah, the connecting with people is it's really cool. It's been awesome to do that and chat
Yeah.
with other golfers, like-minded people. Obviously, we all are all wired the same. We're all golf addicts and posting our swings on the internet, so we got something in
Do you
common.
have you ever left videos on the cutting room floor and you're just like, that's just too bad to show?
Yeah, there's a couple like I had some shorts I was gonna post last week of I had really struggled my last round of golf. You probably I shot it in the 90s, and that was at a golf course lined with, yeah, you and me were lined with trees. Anyways, I my driver was going so good that day, but I just missing it a little bit, so I'd be under a tree or behind a tree all day long. And four of the trees I was behind, I hit three of them, and I have a couple of my buddies recording those, and I was like, no, even though the videos of me struggling, like short wise, always do the best, like missing a putt or
Yeah,
hollow
yeah, they
rocketing an
do.
approach shot, because it's relatable. But
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I'll post it because who cares? But it's I got
People
a
either
video of me.
they either want to see nothing but birdies and eagles, or they want to see you just absolutely shit the bed all over all over the
Exactly.
course.
And I've only had one eagle my entire life, and
Really?
yeah, I've had many a look and putt, but I've only had one, and it was an epic way I got it. But only one eagle, one eagle.
What's the story? If it's epic, I gotta hear it.
Yeah, so this is March of last year, playing with the same guys, uh, Trevor, Preston, and Brooks, and Preston and Brooks are brothers. And Trevor, who the guy I probably record the most, and the guy that records me the most, was the 18th hole at Palm Brook Golf Course, which is 10 minutes from here. And I hit my drive left, so I was like behind the trees in the rough, had about 100 yards over the trees, and one hop my 60-degree over the trees in the hole for eagle. And that also had me win the round by one stroke that day. And I think I ended up shooting like 83 or 84 that day with the eagle. But my buddy was
That's a
recording it,
ridiculous. That's
and it was
that's
recorded,
fantastic.
so
He
I have it on
recorded it.
camera.
Oh, nice. Have you posted that? I don't remember
Yeah,
seeing that one.
I've not posted with it a couple
Oh,
times, hoping it gets more traction,
I
but
have seen it. I know which one you're talking about. And what's awesome is Sydney, who I talked to last week,
yeah.
shared a remarkably similar story of getting an eagle in the same sort of fashion, and he
Yes.
called it sort of a scummy 7 iron that just happened to find the hole. And his won him a tournament. So
Oh man,
which
that's
is
incredible.
which is pretty cool. Which is pretty cool. Do you play just I know we just have a couple minutes left here. Do you play any competitive golf?
So not anymore. I played in a summer golf league for like 5 years, and it was just like a group of guys that organize it themselves. There's about like 20, 25 guys in this golf league. It was all handicap based. Played every other weekend in the summertime, with like a final weekend at the end of the summer that was 3 rounds in a row, Ryder Cup style. Money involved every week. Win a trophy. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But moving out to Peoria, all those guys are in the East Valley, which is at least 45, 50 minutes from me. So 2 hours of driving plus golf with kids on the weekend, just it's not going to happen
A
right
lot.
now. So I had to put
It's a
that on
lot.
hold. Other than that, it's just me and my buddies all trying to beat each other constantly. That's about it.
Cool. I mean, that's really what golf is all about, anyways,
Yeah.
is time with the people that you enjoy spending time with on the course. So
Yeah.
for me, that's my wife and my brother-in-law. Those are the ones I golf with the most, and
That's
um,
awesome.
they're both super competitive. She's beat me twice on
Yeah,
gross score.
my
On
wife
gross
golfs too.
score.
My wife played in high school.
Oh, yeah, it's fun. We have a blast. It's the best thing ever. So
Any hole in ones
well,
in your family? Any hole in ones on that
no,
side?
no. My dad started golfing when he was 5 and grew up on a golf course and has golfed a ton in his life and doesn't have a single one. Um, I I'll send you the picture. I was it's literally within an inch
Mm,
of a hole in one this earlier this summer. My
man.
wife has been my wife has been like within inside of a foot on a hole in
Mm.
one. I think probably 5 or 6 times that I've been playing
Oh
with her.
man.
It's just
Yeah.
I know she's gonna get one first, and then I'm never gonna hear the end of it, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes. That. So
It's gonna
my
be
wife,
awesome.
she played in high school, and she has not one but two hole in ones from her high school days. Now my wife doesn't quite drink the golf Kool Aid like she used to, but
Yeah,
she's got two of them. And every
they
time I
still
get,
count.
yeah, and I always let people know that my wife has two hole in ones and I have zero. So um, yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
those buddies
just
I play with. Sorry, Brooks has two of them, and then Preston, the other brother, also has one. So there's three hole in
yeah.
ones with the guys I regularly golf with, just not me.
Yeah, not no one I golf with has one, so I it's just like, yeah, probably not gonna happen. I'm just gonna have fun in the meantime. So,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
Chip, I want to be respectful of your time. I know you said you had about 45 minutes, and
yeah,
we're at 46 minutes right now. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with anyone that may be watching this? And I will share it with subscribe to Chip's channel. It's amateurs golfing. See some great Arizona content, and
yes,
just watch as he builds this thing, and see where it goes. So,
yeah.
but
Well,
anything else you want to add or say in closing here?
no, just I appreciate you taking the time having me on. I look
Yeah.
forward to seeing Mike golfing more Oregon, and make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe to Mike Golfs Oregon if you aren't already.
Yeah, I would take that. I would take that. And we should do this again sometime. Get some follow up. Maybe
Yeah.
after you put out some more of these long form videos that are coming our
Yes.
way,
Yes.
which you promised on this video tonight. And if I don't see you before then, I will see you at least on the Grint. And it's okay if you don't like my scores over 90.
Likewise. Likewise.
It's okay to ignore those. I'm not happy about them.
And here's to us both by the end of the year being single digits.
Oh, I'll take that.
Okay.
9.999. I'll
That's
take it
it.
all day.
Yes.
That'll
All
work.
right.
Great. All right. Thanks, Chip. Have a great night. Don't forget to like and subscribe to his channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
All right. See you guys. Thanks, Mike.